Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode. No, I'm kidding, I don't know what this is going to be, but so today I went for my usual walk. I didn't actually film a chit chat before my walk because there was a car next to me and there was a person in it. I know I need to learn to be more confident and learn to just own what I'm doing, but I am getting there. I'm slowly getting there. Anyways, just wanted to touch base on a couple of things. I think recently I have been feeling a little bit overwhelmed for just in general. I had this collaboration that I needed to do for YouTube and for Instagram. I'm sure it will be up by now, by this video. So I filmed that yesterday, and I think because I had like a time frame where I had to post it within 2 weeks of receiving the product, that put a lot of pressure and stress on myself because I really wanted to do a good job. So I just kind of procrastinated and just kept it, like pushed it to the side for like almost a week and a half. And then I was constantly just thinking about it, just thinking of how I'm going to make the content, if that even makes sense at all. Like, obviously they were very, very lovely. They said, just incorporate it into your normal videos and just be yourself. It's like, I know that's what you're supposed to do, but like, I don't know, I think as soon as I put an expectation on myself or I want to like impress other people, I feel like I get so overwhelmed and then I just don't do it. But the moral of the story is I did it yesterday. I filmed the content, and the relief after I filmed it, I was like, wow, it wasn't even that hard. Like, just be yourself and just own it. Like, but yeah, I've just been like, it's just been on the back of my mind for the last week and a half, and now it's like it's done. I'm actually so glad I went through with it. Like, I feel like ready to do more, if that makes sense at all. So moral of the story is, if you are putting something off and you're scared that it won't impress, what's the word, like when it's like, it is impress, isn't it? You want to do a good job and you have expectations, and then people expect expectations, but just do it. Just be yourself, just do it. Rip the band-aid off and just get it done. Like, if I could tell myself this a week and a half ago, I would have felt so much less on my shoulders a while ago. So that's number one. Number two is I have been feeling, again, a little bit overwhelmed about this house business. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting a lot of outside voices telling me what to do, kind of thing, if that makes sense. I know they have good intentions, but I also feel like I'm kind of used to it. Like, all my life, not all my life, that sounds depressing, but like most of my life I feel like people not doubt me, but like don't really believe in what I want to do, if that makes sense. Like, even just growing up, like finishing year 12, going to uni, finishing uni, like I feel like my whole life I was kind of there to please people and to like reach their expectations. So most of my life I was motivated by other people's expectations of me, if that makes sense, and I want to impress them. And I know that sounds so negative and toxic, but I'm glad that kind of gave me motivation, and it actually really pushed me to be where I am today. Like, I feel like I'm more thick-skinned now. Like, I own it, and I just don't really take much notice of when like outside perspectives or people telling me what to do or not to do as well. So I feel like I've already got very thick skin, even just growing up, but especially with decisions that I'm making as an adult, I do feel like some days it does really affect me when people try to tell me or sway me a certain way about, like, make me kind of rethink my decisions. But I think it's just so important to, if you just think it's the right thing to do, just do it. And if probably like 1 out of 10 times you make a mistake, then you just learn from it. Like, it's not a big of a deal. And I just feel like some days I just find it so hard to just shut off the world and just not let it get to me, because obviously I know they're looking out for me, but it's also like, let me make my own mistakes, make my own decisions, and if you feel that's right for you, do it. Because even with this investment property, I've had not doubts, but I've had to, how do I say it? Like, I've had my moments where I'm like, oh, is this a good idea? Is this a good idea? Like, I don't know if this is a good idea. But then other days I'm like, no, this is the best decision that I'm going to make. And I know people have opinions on it as well, like investment properties and being young and, I don't know, having kids, like all that stuff. But it's like, I think today was just really hard for me because I had to just realize that I needed to shut it all out and make my own decisions. Like, I had people doubt, like, from the very beginning that I wouldn't finish year 12, I wouldn't go to uni, I wouldn't get a job, I wouldn't finish uni, I wouldn't buy a house. Like, I feel like all my life that's kind of where it's headed. Not headed, but like, oh, this girl's parking. All my life that's kind of been the negative energy that's been surrounding me, and I feel like some days it kind of does get the better of me, even now. So I'm just trying to shut everything out and just decide for myself if this is what I want to do and if this is what I want to commit to. I don't know, I guess if you're feeling like people aren't really appreciating your goals or like supporting you in what you do, even if it's a really stupid idea, maybe not, but if it's like, I don't know, something ambitious or something, a big goal of yours, if they're not supporting you or if they're making you feel like you're doubting, do you know what I mean? Like, don't let them doubt you, or like don't let them make you doubt yourself, because you, at the end of the day, it's your life. I don't even know where the hell this is going, but at the end of the day, it's up to you if you want to do something, if you want to make that decision, buy that house or get that, like, buy that car, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like that's definitely kind of made me a bit more, it's like roughened me up a little bit, which is actually what I really appreciate. So that's how my mindset has changed as well. Like, as a kid, I'm like, why are these people not believing me, or like not believing in me, or like thinking I'm gonna fail? Like, why are they like this? Like, what have I done to them? Do you know what I mean? But then now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, thank you for doubting me, because that's so negative, but don't, you know what I mean? Thank you for doubting me, because that's actually pushed me to prove my point. But then at the time, obviously, I was proving a point to them. But now that I'm looking back, I'm very happy that I proved that point, because now that's made me more ambitious. I'm dreaming bigger. Such a, like, not ambitious, like, yes, ambitious, but like such a positive person now, because I've just learnt from my past. Oh my God, that's very deep. But yeah, just a reminder that if you're feeling overwhelmed, go for a walk. Like, I literally, this is the first time I went for a walk and sat at a bench and just like watched the water and watch people walk. I love people watching. But yeah, I actually felt like I wasn't going to walk this morning because I was feeling so overwhelmed. I was feeling, I don't know, I was letting things get to me. That's not even that big of a deal. And I was just feeling very negative this morning. And I said, look, you know what? Going for a walk will make me feel better. And it actually has. Like, even when I got here, I was sitting in my car. I was like, should I go home? But yeah, if you're feeling overwhelmed, just go outside. And don't let anyone affect your decisions on things, because you're making that decision for yourself. And at the end of the day, if something doesn't work out, which is very rarely, you learn that mistake for yourself, instead of sitting there like wondering, oh, what if I did this, or what if I did something different? Okay, anyways, I just needed to let that out. Now I feel better. I feel a lot better. And I feel like the more I speak out to a camera, or like just to you guys, I feel like it's like a diary. That's a bit weird, a bit cringy, but yeah, and when I say it out loud, I feel like I really have to practice what I preach, because it's so contradicting if I don't. So I feel like that's just so important for me, because it actually fuels me. And I don't know, I feel like I'm definitely getting back into the swing of YouTube and uploading. And I think I was kind of putting it off for a while as well, because of this collaboration too. Like, I'm so, like, what's it called? I'm so grateful for this. Like, I'm very, very small on YouTube, and for someone to actually reach out to me and ask me to do something, like, it means so much to me. So I was so excited about it, but I was just so worried that I couldn't like meet the expectations. But even this morning, I emailed them last night. I was like, hey, here's the unlisted link, like, let me know what you think. And they're like, we love it. And I'm like, why was I so hard on myself? Because at the end of the day, you just be yourself. And if someone doesn't like you for being yourself, then you don't need to work with them. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, what else was I gonna say? I think that's about it. I think I'm gonna go home now and eat some lunch because I'm hungry. Also, I actually went a lot earlier today. It's only 11:40 and I've finished my walk. Yesterday I got here at 11:40. So, you know what I mean? So at the end of the, what am I saying? Like, I don't know. If you're not feeling good, go for a walk. Literally go outside. Go outside. good Lord, go outside and just go for a walk. Just watch the water or just look at the like nature. I don't know. I feel like every time I'm so happy I do. Every time it's so hard for me to get changed, put sunscreen on, get out of bed, drive here. But then I get here after the walk, I'm like a new woman. I feel like this is kind of my form of meditating or like yoga or like my zen, my place of zen. No, I feel so zen. I don't know how to use that word. Anyways, just an update though. Sorry, I'm just really chatty today. So I don't know if I mentioned this already, but our offer got accepted on the investment property. I guess that's also another why I'm feeling overwhelmed, because a lot of external opinions are kind of getting to me. I already said that. But yeah, got the offer. We're signing the contracts tonight. So I've contacted our conveyancer. I've contacted a building and pest inspector to get that done. And we will be moving. Hopefully, if all goes well, we will be moving in March. So lots of things to think about. I don't know, maybe I can make this a series where like decluttering, tidying, moving, a moving series. I don't know, very exciting. And also, I know this might sound contradicting to my very first YouTube video about working full time, but ever since that video, that was August last year, it is currently last day of January 2023, and I did make a comment, a whole ass video about working full time and my mental health. I think right now, because my mental health is in such a better like place, I am actually having to go back to working full time because I want to make this investment property journey as easy as possible. And I think it's different when you work with a goal. Like, I think last year when I was feeling overwhelmed, underappreciated, all that, my mental health wasn't even in a good place. I wasn't really, not needing money, but I just needed to make the bare minimum, and which is okay. But at the moment, because I want this investment property journey to work so badly, I want to have a bit of spare money. But now that my mental health is so much better, going to work, I actually am enjoying. I'm finding that spark again. That sounds so cliche, but I'm actually finding that spark again for my work. But I don't know if it's because obviously at the moment it's January, it's very, very quiet at work. Most people on holidays. But I think the point of the story is possibly, so I am going back to full-time work, well, as full-time as I can, but also taking care of my mental health at the same time. Like, there's always balance. Balance is so important to me. And if I am feeling that bit overworked, that bit burnt out, like, I know now my triggers and I know my signs of having to just kind of stop and slow down. So I think that's also very important, because this is going to sound very contradicting compared to my first is that even the word? To my very first video, but at this point now I am more motivated to work than ever because of this house, and I just want things to work out money wise. So we're going to start really budgeting, saving as much as possible just to have spare cash just for now before we move in. And then who knows, I was talking to my husband, we might be getting some new furniture, which I'm very excited about, but I will not be buying that on Amex. So yeah, just an update. But I think definitely I will still be walking as much as I can before work, after work, on the weekends, all that fun stuff. But definitely my head is more, not my head, but I'm definitely focused more on working for the next couple of months just to see how we go. But yeah, I think that is all. I will shush and drive home and eat lunch now. But yeah, thanks for watching if you watched to the end. I literally look like a bald head again today. But yeah, remember to get some vitamin D, drink plenty of water, look after yourself. Mental health is a priority, and have a good day. Why am I my voice like having? That's my retail voice. Have a good day. Okay, bye.
I see the stars in your eyes when I look into it. You're so amazing, girl. I picture you so perfect in me.